Coming up on AgweekTV, American Crystal and Minn-Dak sugar co-ops talk about the year with shareholders at their annual meetings. Some North Dakota landowners are unhappy about paying for a drainage project they say won't help them and could hurt them. And it's time to think about taxes. We'll have some advice from a tax pro. Welcome to Agweek TV. I'm Shauna Olson. We're proud to be marking our 100th show with a new set. Thanks for being with us as we head into our third year on the air. A big sugar beet crop for most growers around the region is helping them overcome prices and disease. Both of the region's sugar beet co-ops, American Crystal and Minn-Dak, held their annual shareholders meetings recently. Agweek's Mikkel attended both and reports on the top issues facing growers and the companies.
Cercospora leaf spot and low sugar prices were just two of the challenges that sugar growers have been concerned about in this winter's meetings.
With the low sugar content and depressed sugar prices, many will find it a challenge to break even this year, even though they've harvested the best crop of their entire farming career.
Kurt Wigstrom is president and CEO of Minn-Dak Farmers Co-op, which covers the southern Red River Valley. He says disease took a heavy toll on sugar content and lower payments followed.
So when you look at the reduction in sugar content, as well as a softening of sugar prices from last year relative to this year, we're down about $11 from where we would be if we would have had higher sugar content and last year's sugar prices. So it's a difficult situation for our shareholders.
American Crystal has a change in leadership this year. Tom Astrup made his first appearance as president and CEO. He takes over in a year of lower payments, initially an estimated $38 a ton, and lower sugar content, which also costs money. He says growers are concerned but resilient.
Our growers are obviously concerned at the low price of sugar, the low beet payment per ton from their sugar beet crop, but on top of that, just about everything else they're producing right now, the prices are down and therefore they're financially challenged. Our shareholders have always been incredibly committed to this business. So that, to me, that's the resilient part. I think they all believe that this will turn around eventually, but certainly concerned about what's going on with prices for all their crops today.
Prices for both sugar and beet pulp are down, but the company is processing nearly 12 million tons of beets this year, the second largest crop ever. One bright spot is that the Chinese market will be open for beet pulp as a dairy feed in the coming year.
As we look ahead, we're certainly optimistic that we are a lean, cost-competitive producer of sugar, not just in the United States, but in the world. And we will survive this downturn to see better days ahead.
There's storm clouds on the horizon short term, and we're doing everything we can to get rid of them and let the sun shine through.
This is Mikkel for Agweek.
The last time Minn-Dak had a Cercospora infestation was 1998. The co-op is studying whether the affected beets will store the same as normal. So far, the piles appear to be good. One of the guest speakers at the American Crystal meeting is Executive Vice President of Global Marketing for Ocean Spray, Paul Stadjahar. Improvements in production mean right now they're dealing with an oversupply of cranberries, so the company is concentrating on international growth and product innovation. And in response to consumer demand, they're lowering the amount of sugar in many of their products. Crystal supplies about 40% of Ocean Spray's sugar. Stadjahar says the company appreciates the high quality of sugar, but says they need to listen to consumers when it comes to non-GMO sugar.
At a personal level, I believe genetically modified is important to feed the world. I believe it's important. But as a steward of the Ocean Spray brand, we have to follow the consumers, and at least for dried fruit, they want non-GMO. So that's kind of the reality.
Ocean Spray is the nation's only cranberry supplier. 40% of the nation's cranberries are grown in Wisconsin. There are only 60,000 acres of cranberries in the world. Tax planning remains important for ag producers even when times are tough economically and they have little, if any, taxable income. Increasingly complicated tax laws means NDSU's Extension's annual tax management seminar for ag producers is as valuable as ever. More than 100 people across North Dakota attended the program, along with our own Jonathan Knutson.
Working on your taxes may be the toughest part of farming. This annual NDSU Extension program tries to make the job a little easier.
It's just a good opportunity for farmers and tax preparers to kind of learn the latest, be updated, be sure the questions and answer sessions are very good. It helps get to the details that they want to find information on.
In the past, I used to pretty much do my own taxes, and at that time it was very important. Now I have someone do my taxes for me, but I pretty much prepare them before they go to the tax preparer. I like to know what's going on, and this program gives me a good idea of what to expect. And maybe I can even catch an error that my tax preparer does.
Today's program won't answer all the tax questions, but it will help producers with their year-end decisions. For Agweek, I'm Jonathan Knutson.
This year's program was interactive and simultaneously held at 8 different sites throughout North Dakota. The IRS has 4 taxpayer assistance centers in North Dakota. To schedule an appointment, call the number on your screen. Some North Dakota landowners are upset about paying for a project that won't benefit them. Up next on AgweekTV, we'll tell you what they're planning to do about it.
Commitment. You need it to succeed on the farm. It's total dedication to the land, family, and community. It's more than a way to make a living. It's a way of life. You've had it since the first time you ran your hands through the soil, helped bale hay, or rode along in the combine. Your commitment. It's as strong as your family's trust, as honest as each long day you put in, and as pure as the opportunity that comes with every tomorrow. It's how we build our bins, with proven design, superior structural integrity, a lifetime warranty, and a promise to stand with you, no matter what storms come your way. The harvest will always be protected, so you can sell when it's right for you, your family, and your farm. Commitment. It's why we can say, there's nothing standard about superior.
When work takes you out in the cold, stay warm in a great pair of boots from Home of Economy, where you'll find all your favorite brands like Ariat, Carhartt, Wolverine, and Rocky. Plus hard-to-find waterproof insulated boots from Baffin. With more than 30 top-selling brands, Home of Economy is your work boot superstore for pull-on, lace-up, soft toe, or safety toe. All in stock at the guaranteed lowest price.
Home of Economy, where your dollar buys more.
AgriValley Solutions can help you get more of the potential you plant with the 360 Y-Drop. You can easily install and remove it on most sprayers. Use 360 Soil Scan to monitor and measure your nitrogen levels throughout the growing season. Nitrogen is applied using Y-Drops, which gives you more control over when and where you apply nitrogen to your crops. When you optimize your nitrogen, you improve crop yields and maximize your return on investment. Contact AgriValley Solutions today to find out more at 888-606-0407.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted, Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580. Some landowners in Dickey and Sargent counties in southeast North Dakota are unhappy about what they call expensive and unneeded drainage projects. They're working to get the state legislature to change the laws governing such projects. $2 million was appropriated by the state legislature for one of the projects, less than half of the cost of it, and another project's just getting started. As Mikkel reports, that has many landowners concerned.
What they were trying to do is develop a project for the community to say, good or bad. You guys now vote on it.
The Jackson Township Drain Project routes water into the James River near Oaks, North Dakota. It includes building 6 miles of new legal drain. In the north and west part, there's another $3.5 million project called Drain 11 Improvement District.
In order to get that land acquired to build the project.
Supporters say the projects are needed for public safety and that breaking the 40-mile project into smaller segments makes it more affordable for landowners who are being assessed $4 an acre for each drain.
We do not want to have to go to ask the taxpayer to pay more than that because times are tough out here, but yet we need to do something. It's a big safety concern.
Right now, the concern is not that high for this project, but we don't know what may happen in the future with oil prices being down. We don't know, what the future holds for a project like this.
The area has been wet since 1995. While some farmland was flooded, it also swelled 3 connected sloughs into lakes. The most prominent is Craft Slough, 10 miles east of Oaks. The lake is now 23 feet deep, good for recreation and stocked with fish.
Why should 250 landowners pay $10 million worth of taxes to benefit 5 or 6? It's a bad situation.
Gerald Dill sold some of his land for lake lots, and like others around the lake,
I don't want to see the lake go away.
Is concerned about predictions that the project will lower it by several feet.
I don't think they're going to accomplish what they want to. From what I've seen, it's just a holding canal. It may improve the fishing, but then on the other hand, I've seen dry years too, where we might lose our water. Too many people messing with Mother Nature.
Paul Matthews farms near Cogswell.
The bottom line is just landowner rights.
At first he supported the plan, but now says the public safety concerns have been fixed, including raising North Dakota Highway 11, and this expensive drainage plan would largely benefit only a few farmers.
I guess for me, it's to know that a project like this could come to anywhere in the state of North Dakota, and any of the issues I see here could be repeated again and again unless the legislature decides that they need to study it and come to a different way of accomplishing a fair and good project.
For AgweekTV, this is Mikkel Pates in Sargent County.
Construction started on the project in April and is nearly complete. The Drain 11 project, which flows into the Wild Rice River, is just getting started. 2015 was a record year for soybeans in South Dakota, so it seemed unlikely farmers would top that again in 2016. However, they did just that, and in a big way. Michelle Rook has more about the South Dakota soybean yield contest from Sioux Falls.
South Dakota's record soybean yields were on display here at the South Dakota Soybean Yield Contest Recognition Banquet. For the third straight year, Scott McKee of Union County won the contest with his record-breaking soybean yields.
Yield was 110 bushels on the Asgrows and 101 on the Pioneers.
He gives credit to early planting dates, timely August rains, and his high plant population with 15-inch rows.
This year I had 151,000. I planted them twice, so I ended up with 302,000.
Fertility is also a key, and he really pushes P&K.
Well, this year I put it was 1152.60, which was between 250 and 300 pounds an acre.
McKee also believes seed treatments are a good return on investment.
The beans will come up faster and shade faster, and keep the ground from weeds and save moisture that way.
And McKee isn't alone in his success as yields hit records across the state. I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Agweek.
A record 3 entries topped the 100 bushel per acre mark this year. It seems winter might be here to stay. Your Agweek forecast is up next. And later, the outgoing president of the Minnesota Corn Growers reflects on his year.
Advanced biofuel for America's diesel engines is clean burning and made from renewable sources like soybean oil. Biodiesel fuel works in any diesel engine, reducing emissions, helping us breathe cleaner air. Biodiesel adds value to North Dakota soybeans, creating jobs, improving the environment, increasing our energy independence. Biodiesel, it starts with soybeans, it's fueling America.
Advanced Grain Handling is your regional dealer for grain handler dryers, bins, and accessories. With Grain Handler's continuous mixed flow drying systems, you're capable of high levels of grain dryer efficiency, drying all types of grains including seed grain. A family-owned company, Advanced Grain Handling, has licensed and trained service techs on hand whose #1 focus is service. They also sell service monitoring systems, do millwright work, and have a licensed electrical shop. Contact Chad today at Advanced Grain Handling Systems, 701-788 8927.
This is Dennis Beliski reminding you we do auctions and we do them well. You've built your operation with hard work, and when it's time to sell, all or part, you deserve the best. Details from repairs and preparation to promotion and settlements are not routine. Chances are you'll only do this once, so we'll tailor an auction just for you and get it done right. On-site at your farm or added to one of our highly successful Alaris Center auctions, we have the skill, reputation, and integrity to meet your needs with best-in-class commitment and quality service. Find us at resourceauction.com or call 701-757-4015.
Pronovost snowblowers, just what you need. Lots of standard features and 33 models available in the colors you want. The high level of manufacturing and performance standards assures you of owning the superior, most advanced equipment. Snowway is the leader in designing snowplows with a big appetite for snow. Whether you're seeking a snowplow for your truck, skid steer, or UIV, Snowway has a highly engineered snowplow to fit your needs with a variety of options. For Pronovost snowblowers or Snowway snowplows, contact your nearest dealer or North Country Marketing.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted. Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
Agweek weather now. Let's start off by taking a look at the snow depth. We certainly have winter in a few locations. The mountains, they're snowy. Many spots measuring snow now in the feet. Frequent snowstorms across central North Dakota has left very heavy snow depths. Most areas over a foot, some areas up around 2 feet of snow in central North Dakota, southern Manitoba. Northern Minnesota has moderate snow depth. You get down south of Fargo and it becomes pretty sparse and not any snow at all, except of course what's been falling this weekend with the latest weather system. Speaking of, jet stream has definitely gone further south, and as we go through the week ahead, this present ongoing weekend snow system will move to the east and, of course, rain on the southern side. By the time we get to Tuesday, that'll be moving out of the Great Lakes and into New England, dropping some snow. This whole week, the way the jet stream is set up, much of the south central and southwest is where it will remain quite dry. Jet stream will be generally not producing a lot of precipitation in the middle in the wake of the weekend snow system. However, later in the week, heavy rains will likely move back into the Pacific Northwest. The rest of the nation looks fairly quiet. We may see a little bit of rain shower activity trying to grow down in the south central states by the end of the week. The reason for this fairly dry pattern is, of course, the jet stream further south. It will be cold. I've separated the cold into categories, kind of cooler weather, but either average or below average for the season. And the white is where we're going to be significantly below average, and a lot of this is going to be below zero, at least at night. So we'll be seeing some cold weather in the northern plains. Your vacations in Florida should probably shift to Phoenix as we go through the week. That's where the weather will really be warming up nicely. Florida cools down a bit, and it looks like one more surge of cold air into the northern plains late in the week. The second week, which will become the week before Christmas, here's what I think the jet stream's going to be doing. Building a big ridge in the west and significant troughing, bitterly cold air into the northeast. A week or so before Christmas time. That will then retreat. If they do get some snow, it's going to melt because the cold weather will then build back into the northern plains and upper Midwest just before the Christmas holiday. And that week before Christmas, I think there's a chance of a snowstorm across the north, maybe a little snow, then rain in the east, and plenty of rain out in the Pacific Northwest. Further south, it's been wet. In much of Brazil, the forecast not quite so rainy. Heavy rains coming to an end this week in Argentina. And in Australia, of course, it's summertime, hot and dry with nothing more than a few isolated thunderstorms. So our general outlook, colder weather has some staying power in the northern plains. Snow swaths will continue to drop areas of snow through the Midwest and northern plains. Looks like much of the region will have a white Christmas this year.
If you get right down to it, what's a farmer's job? Well, farmer's job is to feed people. Farmers collectively, our job is to feed the world. At Peterson Farm Seed, we get to have a little bit bigger picture right in our region. We get to help those farmers that we work with increase their productivity, increase the yields that they get on their farms, and as a result, more people can eat.
Upgrade your trailer to electric with the Rolltech electric system from AgriCover. Strong, flexible pivot arms and motor mount rotate and telescope, allowing the roll tube to rise and flex over heaped loads. The positive automatic lock is impossible to back off to control the flow of grain. This integrated system uses one wireless remote to operate up to 10 tarps and hoppers, keeping your driver out of the dust, rain, and harm's way. See the Rolltech system in action at an AgriCover dealer near you.
When the water's high and your yields are low, 'cause your fields have no place for water to flow. Just one call takes care of it all. Call on Field Drainage Incorporated. Call on Field Drainage Incorporated. Call on Field Drainage. The experts in the field.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted, Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580. A Willmar, Minnesota farmer recently wrapped up his term as president of the Minnesota Corn Growers Association. Jonathan Knutson talked to Noah Holtgren about his time in the high-profile position.
Corn is a big part of Noah Holtgren's life. It's been especially important in the past year when he served as president of the Minnesota Corn Growers Association.
Really enjoyed my time getting to visit with people, different policy makers, different farmers, people in different industries, getting to know some of them and some of their challenges.
Holtgren says working to help farmers was time-consuming but gratifying, and he stresses how his own family farm promotes sustainability.
We have always been big fans of crop rotation, having different crops in the mix. Of course, at the same time, we're always looking for better ways. We've reduced our tillage these last years as much as we can, putting on less chemicals. It's environmentally smart and financially smart. Nobody wants to put more on than they absolutely need to, and we've been putting on less fertilizer too. We haven't seen yield reductions by doing some of these practices, so we're going to continue doing this.
When he was president, Noah's family had to pick up some of the slack on the farm, but his brother, Nate, says they were glad to do it.
I was excited that Noah was doing this, first of all because he's young and because I think that paints a good picture for corn growers in general. Being as my dad and myself are still here working, it affords us the luxury to let Noah go and do what he needs to do. It would be tough for a single farmer organization to let someone spend as much time as Noah had to spend with corn growers without sacrificing the business. So I'm glad there were a number of us to step in and take over anything that he couldn't cover while he was gone.
Corn, like most other crops, faces challenges, especially on the price front. But Noah is optimistic that corn has a bright future in the upper Midwest. For Agweek, I'm Jonathan Knutson.
Do you only listen to those who share your opinions? Up next, Jonathan Knutson talks about confirmation bias in this week's commentary.
It's time to demand more. With Micro Essentials, you get more from every acre. Through our fusion technology, only Micro Essentials combines 4 vital nutrients into one powerful granule, ensuring uniform nutrient distribution and increased nutrient uptake. The innovation behind our fusion technology means you'll grow stronger, healthier plants. Micro Essentials. Get more from every acre.
Redline, a starter fertilizer developed for corn and other crops. Applied in furrow,
Redline offers a solid balance of N, P, and K, plus micronutrients. Micronutrients remain soluble for uptake to the growing plant through bonding changes, created by the same unique chelating agent found in soy green. Introducing Levasol. Levasol is mixed directly with liquid fertilizer for in-furrow application to enhance and maximize nutrient efficiency.
United Lease and Finance would like to wish everyone happy holidays and thank you for your business this past year, and we look forward to working with you in 2017. We're happy to work with our clients' lease transactions from inception to close. With leasing, you get flexible payment plans, improved cash flow, great rates, and easy terms, and leasing does not tie up credit. We'd love to go to work for you. Happy holidays from Roger, Troy, and Dale, and we wish you and your family the best and look forward to working with you next year.
Premier Shortline USA is your dealer for Meridian storage and grain handling. 50 years ago, Meridian Manufacturing designed the first smooth wall hopper bin. This innovation set the standard for hopper bins across North America, completely self-cleaning with no obstructions. Smooth wall hopper bins have become the preferred choice for safe and efficient storage. For temporary grain storage to complete systems, contact Nate or Brent at Premier Shortline USA.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted. Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
It seems there are so many controversial topics these days, from politics to GMOs to climate change. It's frustrating trying to change someone's opinion. In this week's commentary, Jonathan Knudsen suggests it might be easier to change ourselves.
Most area Aggies have a lot to do this winter. I respectfully suggest adding one more thing to your list, learning more about views and opinions that differ from your own. All of us have a tendency to seek out information that confirms and reinforces what we already believe. It's called confirmation bias, my side bias, living in an echo chamber. It's a trap we can all fall into. When we do, we limit ourselves and our ability to influence the world around us. Seek out what intelligent, thoughtful people on the other side of key issues have to say. Some of you are smacking your forehead in frustration and saying, "Doesn't he get it? There aren't any intelligent, thoughtful people on the other side. They're all crazy." Well, maybe. Or maybe you're living in an echo chamber. Avoid the trap. Avoid confirmation bias. If you do, you may find that people on the other side, some of them anyway, aren't quite as crazy as you thought. Enjoy your winter. For Agweek, I'm Jonathan Knudsen.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Agweek TV. We hope you'll stick with us as we begin our next 100 episodes. See you next week.